Welcome back. How's it going, everyone? God, that was a good stream yesterday, huh? That was one I enjoyed. I hope you enjoyed as well. Yeah, I got some really good clips out of it. And just talking about that and the community stream was today as well. They had to wrap up by now, right? That was going on for like 2 or 3 hours, I think. I was cleaning my car, listening to it as well. Really good stuff. So I want to have a stream. I had to push this back a little bit too. I want to have a stream to talk about this today and some pretty interesting stuff around some of the numbers. And I've been doing just more of the numbers and tweets and stuff recently, so I'll reference some of that. But say out to the chat before we get into it. Let's be pretty quick. Probably go for maybe 30 minutes or so. We'll see. What's up, Red Squirrel? Moon math? Nah, not really moon math. Just math. Just a little bit of simple math. UFO to go. How's it going? If I could become a millionaire trading camels, buying PulseChain HEX, the sure thing. That is one perspective to one way to look at it there, Fast Abdul. That's true. Need more training on ratios on Omnis. Video's not clear. My head is not clear enough. I feel like I've did like at least 3 or 4 videos, 2 to 3 videos on limit orders and on Omnis, which you can do ratios either stable coin to coin or coin to coin. I think I did a tweet on this as well. So yeah, let me know if you have specific questions around it. But the one I posted with Neil the other day was probably the most concise. The one where we look at it, I think we're trading PulseX and pulse ratios. That's probably the most concise one. But he'll probably be on the show next week as well. If you want to check that one out, and if you want to get a deeper dive into it, feel free to show up during one of those streams and ask too. Hats off to Hex PLS streamers pumping out shows on every time. Yeah, it is a lot more motivating. I'll say I was pumping out streams in the bear market, but bull market's definitely got a lot of motivation on the green candle side and talking about price and just talking about all the good stuff that is finally coming to fruition in many different ways. TVL getting locked up otherwise. And bear market's more about building, just highlighting founders and projects and the potential and stuff. And now it's like, well, there's actually green candles to talk about half the time. And some of the stuff we talked about before is, the capital's building up in different ways. So pretty cool. Yeah, push back 40 minutes. Yeah, anytime I don't announce a stream, it could literally happen anytime. I just kind of, when I do these surprise streams, I just kind of guess. I just put it out there, and sometimes I make it, sometimes I don't. I'm actually early sometimes, but I don't like to think about it early and late. I'm not early or late if I don't tell you I'm going to be there at a certain time. So the YouTube estimates, I know a lot of you probably see that and go by that, but YouTube estimates are estimates for sure. I try to get to it when I can. I kind of just put on the books so to remind myself as well, and I need to adjust it from time to time. Anyways, Danny Chop, how's it going? Welcome. Max is here, Fox Modder. Good to see you, man. Digital Farmer. Crypto Astronaut. Blue Collar Grunt, what's up? How much PLS get you as validator? That'd be 32 million. That's a very easy number to remember. It is the 32 ETH times a million. That's what the PLS number is. So yeah, if you want to be a validator, go to GoRealDeFi. I'll just keep sending everyone to GoRealDeFi because I just keep putting all the links there. GoRealDeFi.com. Go under Learn to Earn. The last link says validator. And you click that, it will take you to the landing page for my script, videos, guide, all that stuff. There's a ton of the community ones as well, but I like mine. I like the other ones, but I'm going to talk about mine more than others. I actually have a video of a lot of people like dip slayers. There's a video of him coming on the AMA, and I got a video of him walking through how to set up his, which probably helped a lot of people too. So I don't care who uses what script. It's the more validators, the better. All right. Hex Monkey, what's up, man? I saw you. I clipped that one I clipped from Richard recently was you talking to him at the conference. I believe that was you. And so yeah, shout out to you. That was pretty cool. Got to have a one-on-one conversation, something I haven't got to do yet. I've got to have a panel conversation with Richard, which is one of the tweets that got the most. I was looking at that today. I put in the highlights. Let me just bring it up real quick because I'm going to bring up the stuff here in a second anyways. I'll bring up this in a second, but let me go to highlights. Yeah, so literally this tweet got 121K views. Incredible. Apparently they were keeping view counts in the background, because I don't even think last year at this time they showed view counts. I'm going to speculate there. 121K views. Probably one of my most popular tweets. And the video is me on the panel at the PulseChain conference online asking Richard about EHEX versus PX stuff. So if you haven't seen that, pretty interesting. Check it out. I'll drop it in the chat. But back when the debate was raging, that was a very popular thing to check out. That being said, let me get into a little bit of extracurricular too. Check this out. Link me your favorite streams. I put together a playlist already. It's got 14 on there because I've been in playlist mode. I've just been like blazing out the playlists. So yeah, I think it's good because I can not only add them to Go Real DeFi from time to time, but I can also just share them more easily. I go to tinyurl.com and create the tiny URLs for them. If you're interested in how to do that, let me know. I can like really quickly show it if anyone's interested in how to do like short links and stuff. But I put a few of my favorites in here, the notable ones, just the very informative ones, the 7 hours with lawyers and stuff, crazy stuff too. That was pretty interesting. So yeah, Roger Ver. A lot of people got onboarded by the Roger Ver one. The Link Up TV is one of my favorite. I think it shows Richard in his prime as far as just like explaining this stuff to the average person. I think that was Scott Foster Harris. I believe he was onboarded by Link Up TV when he got into PulseX through that. And of course, the Bitcoin magazine debate that they deleted and was re-uploaded. And it's a pretty good debate. Pretty fun on that. So let me get into, let me get into this one real quick too, just to kind of set the stage. So how high can PulseChain and PulseX go? Shout out to Leve Neville. I found this tweet looking for it. I know a lot of people posted it. Hex McKenzie, I think originally came up with one or both of these. But this is something I want to bring up because people are always talking about this. Always comparing, okay, what can PulseChain actually do? Maybe they look at market cap. Maybe they look at the network effect, the user counts, active wallets, how early people are versus the other, how much can it grow, how many projects are launching on it. A lot of different metrics you go by and weight them in different ways. But for PulseChain, for example, this was floating around way before PulseChain launch. And I think it's just pretty cool to see AVAX, all the X's it did, 300 some days, BNB, Solana, Luna, Phantom, Atom, or is that Cosmos Atom token, and Celo. I think Celo, I've seen Celo a little bit around before too. Average X's of those different L1s is 656X. And the average days was around, or the average years rather, come up to about 1.4 years. So around 1.4 years, we're at almost a year for PulseChain. We're at 9 months. Yeah, around 9 months for PulseChain. Coming up on a year. And all these other tokens, I think this was in the last cycle, did those X's. I think sounds like they were new last cycle around there. I think maybe BNB was before that. Maybe BNB was 2017 or so. But 2020 was definitely, I think, Solana and a few of these other ones. So that's one way to look at it on PLS. Now let's say that you have, $100. It's gonna let me do it. $100. Today, $100 gets you 676,000 PulseChain. $1,000, add a zero somewhere in there, around that 6 million or so. 10,000, 67 million. You can just keep going with that, right? So if you were to put in, 1,000, 10,000, stuff like that, and you wanted to get 100x, you wanted to get, or to $1 million, for example. So if you had 10,000, much easier to get there with 10,000, right? You need PulseChain to do 100x. If you put $10,000 in, that's around 67 million Pulse today. Again, none of this financial advice. I'm just going over the numbers, not telling anyone what to do. Just purely looking at the numbers here. $10,000, 67 million Pulse. Pulse does a 100x. 67 million worth a lot more. So that would, 100x from 10,000 be the million. Now, if you just put $1,000, a lot harder to get to a million. You need 1,000x, right? So you need 6 million pulls to be worth $1 million, and stuff like that. So pretty interesting. It's always, even the hex mechanics and stuff too. It's like longer pays better, bigger pays better. It kind of, there's a lot of overlap with just stuff in crypto in general, where if you're able to wait a long enough time period, and what do you think the 401k and all this stuff comes from? If you get a bunch of people to lock up a bunch of their money over long periods of time, it helps everything grow, right? It helps them, saves them from making poor decisions, because they're probably not most people aren't professional investors, and it helps the entire economy grow, and banks and borrowing and all that stuff too, whether you agree with the system or not, whether you hate the Fed or not, whatever. That's just talking about how it works today. So the government already likes you to do stuff like this. They already know, it's already recognized delayed gratification, longer pays better. Holding an asset that's not a scam, that goes up over time, inevitably with inflation, all this other stuff, or just the scarcity and all the other factors go into. I did all kinds of streams on what makes cryptocurrency valuable, different mechanics, different knobs you can turn, the supply and demand and game theory and network effect, all this stuff too. But essentially, we already know longer pays better, and bigger pays better can get you to a place faster. For example, if I put $1,000 in PulseChain, I needed to go up 1,000x if I want $1 million from it. If I put $10,000 in PulseChain, I only need it to go up 100x. Only 100x. I know that sounds, if you're new to crypto, that sounds like a lot. It sounds like, why would you be talking so casually about that? In crypto, it's really not. It is, there's so many coins, and of course it's, it's a good thing. And of course it's something to, it's not, it doesn't happen to every crypto. I wish I had a list. I don't have any numbers in front of me, but I'm gonna go out on a limb and say hundreds of cryptos, if not thousands, have did 100x from their all-time low. Maybe not their launch price, but their all-time low. I'm gonna say thousands of cryptos have done that already. I don't know how many cryptos we have. We probably have, there's like new ones every day, right? Tokens in general, I don't know, there's probably over 100,000 at this point across all the networks, maybe much more. I don't know. But if thousands of coins have already done 100x from their lows, why can't PulseChain? Why can't any other RH coin, right? So that's the kind of stuff we're talking about. Becoming a millionaire for crypto is so much easier, at least on paper, so much easier than any other place in the world, right? Any other investment opportunity. Even and a lot of them you have to be already rich to get into. Like, got to be the I forget what it's called, accredited investor, right? You got to have like so much money or all this different stuff going on. So crypto is one of the few places where you can be broke and become a millionaire if you put it in the right place and wait long enough, and have enough into it and make the right decisions. That's what I was listening to Ben DeBard today on a stream, and we were talking about, is this crypto cycle different? Is it going to be less or more or whatever? And I said that I don't think this cycle is different. Basically, the context was, what I believe the context was, okay, there's not enough. We're not going to have like these 1,000x's and stuff like we had before because crypto is different now or something. That's like maybe one thesis. But for me, I don't think crypto is different. I think that the same thing happens every time. It goes up a lot. People have a plan, or they don't have a plan. And if they do have a plan, they don't stick to the plan. They get sucked into euphoria. And that's one of my, I guess, flaws, you would say. Over the years, this will be my third crypto cycle. I will have completed my third crypto cycle after this bull market. And the biggest criticism I can give myself is I'm too good at holding. I don't know when to sell. And so, sometimes I can't sell because I'm staked, which is both a blessing and a curse in different ways, depending on the time horizon and stuff like you. Like it kind of sucks to be staked through the bull market into the next bear, but doesn't suck as much to be staked. And it actually can be quite profitable to be staked through multiple cycles And hopefully, not trying to, I mean, it's hard to forget timing it, but just being able to have some unlocked when it's appreciated to a point where it doesn't hurt as bad when things are going down, or it's in a bear cycle or a bear market otherwise in the cycle. So I don't think I don't expect this cycle to be different. Me personally, my personal opinion. I think the same thing generally will happen. Maybe there's diminishing gains for other coins and stuff. Of course, Bitcoin and stuff. The higher the thing goes, the more institutionalized it is, more liquidity is. There's all those cases you could be made that it won't do as well. But everything else, altcoins and stuff, I think it's the same story. There will be coins that come out, people will be early in them, and they'll sell at a 10x, or they'll sell at a 2x, or they'll sell at a 50x. And I've got a video I've clipped Sami talking, I believe you posted one today. I thought it was so meaningful about Pepe and how this one guy sold Pepe so early. I think he got like $1 million out. He put, just a little bit in, went up to $1 million, and he could have got $10 million and stuff like that, but he sold too early. And also what could happen is you just think it's going to keep going up and you don't sell the top. And that's what I really like about HEX too, is it removes that. You don't need to trade as much. I mean, of course there's trades you need to make back and forth just to get your positioning and take profit and all this stuff. I'm talking about watching a chart doing TA. You don't need to do that for HEX because it's giving you, just by burning it, every time you lock it up, you're burning it. By burning HEX with a contract, basically promising you it'll give you more later, it can fulfill those promises. It's trustless because it's a contract, not a person, all that stuff. That is a way to get yield over time and get exposure to T-shares and all this stuff. I get tons of videos explaining what a T-share is and different staking ladders. I did a lot of content on that last year because I saw the power of locking up early. I literally watched a video I made a HEX staking playlist, and I watched a video of me doing a stream when HEX on Ethereum was at 0.004. And now I'm pretty sure it's over a penny. I mean, checked. I was using hexcalc.net right here. Yeah, I mean, it's showing a penny right now for Ethereum. And that's when I was telling people that I've never made so many stakes as I have recently. And I was telling people, hey, this is, again, you can just do the math. We talked about PulseChain. Let's talk about HEX for a minute. You got 1 million HEX. What was that? Is that like 1K from here? A penny a million, 10K sounds about right. And just 365 days. Again, you don't have to do 15 years, 365 days. And let's say it does a 10X, just a 10X from here. So 10 cents on this HEX on Ethereum. 10X. That's 37 T-shares. And yeah, you're getting, what was that, 20%? 20%. So your bonuses, the longer pays better, you're getting a little bit of bigger pays better, around 20% there. And then if it goes up, all of a sudden, your 1 million HEX, if it does a 10X, it's worth over 100K with your yield and all that. So these are not imaginary numbers. This is math. You just have to believe the market's going to do that or not. If you don't, that's okay. But HEX went to 50 cents already before, and it went way down. It went down like 98%. It's one of the few, I think there's like 4 coins that went down that much and survived. I think Doge was one of them. And HEX certainly appears to be one of them. The community is bigger than ever. And people are still talking about it. And nothing's dead when you got, 100 and some content creators talking about it. And a billionaire who's in it for glory. That's pretty cool. So yeah, 1 million HEX here. That's 10K. So we could just do, like, say, $1,000 for the HEX. 1 year. Again, 1 year. 3 T-shares. This is how much percentage of the yield that you're going to get from the pool. That's what T-shares basically are. Your shares. 120 million HEX. You got your 20% or so there. And then if it does a 10X, that's 10K. So let's say actually, so a lot of people, again, we're at dollar territory. Everyone's like, oh, dollar. Okay. Say it does 100x from here. 100x. Hex to $1 if it happens. $1,000 turns into 109,000. Pretty cool, right? But you want that $1 million. You want that $1 million. So the 10K in Hex, if it goes to $1, 10K in Ethereum Hex today, if it goes to $1, if it goes to that price, locked up, 365. So you don't have to stake it. This is just, adding the staking to. You don't have to stake Hex. You can just buy it. But if you stake it, you earn yield, as we've shown. You can save yourself from being weak and selling it. Oh, it went up a 10x. Saves you from selling on 10x because you can't. Otherwise, you're going to pay a big penalty and stuff. So there's a lot of advantages with staking. Let's hit that. $1 million. 10K if Hex does the $1, which everybody wants. Everybody wants, right? Everybody wants the $1, either combined Hex or individual. Everybody wants that $1. 10K can turn into over $1 million. 10K. So if someone were to tell me that I could put 10K, I'm just tech guy, whatever. Hey, put 10K into crypto, you could be a millionaire. You don't have to lock it up. You can, and you'll be more than a millionaire. You can lock it up for a year. You can lock it up for a day. You can lock it up for however long. I would be interested. And I would think, who's the founder? What's the community look like? What are their values? What has the coin done before? And we'd all have this excellent story to tell around that, right? We'd all have this. Well, it went up 10,000x, and then it went down 98%, and now the community is bigger than ever, and there's PulseChain, and the founder is, multi-billionaire, and the contract's better than ever. People are building on it all the time. You got communists, you got Maximus stuff that people just keep launching new derivatives on it. You got people here who refuse to lose. They want Hex to win. There's a lot of people doing every single thing they can to make sure Hex wins. Myself included. I feel like I contribute to part of that too in different ways. So I don't know how many times we can explain it. I mean, and if you're a hardcore Hexagon, or you just want, we can talk about minting the coupon rate for communists and stuff. Sorry, I said it. Communists. I've been telling people it's not communists this whole time, and I messed up. Communists. Coupon rate for communists is what, 15% or so. And so I believe that means if you make a 5555 for 10K, you would get $1,500 in communists. I believe it's what I heard today. Don't quote me on that, but that's I believe that's what it was. So you look at 15 years. Really believe in Hex, and you want a lot more. 15 years. If you think Hex is going to be around, not a scam, still going to have a community. Average stake length is like 7 years. If you lock up $10,000 worth of Hex, $1 million Hex for 15 years, you get, instead of 1 million, you get 3 million. And if Hex is worth $1 in 15 years, believe what you want to believe, Hex worth $1 in 15 years, estimated, that could be 3, 4, 5, over $5 million. Estimated payout with the different yield you're getting. And I think they have the other different calculations, stuff, how they do it. I'm sure they have their own algorithm to figure all this stuff out. This calculator is saying could be over $5 million. But if Hex goes to $1, 15 years, it's got 15 years to go to $1 at this point. Your 10K could be $5.5 million in 15 years. I don't know how old you are out there listening. I'm not sure it matters that much. There's different ways to give stakes and stuff to your kids and grandkids and family and stuff like that too. You can make HSIs instead of native stakes. So they're transferable for different benefits as well. Although that does allow you to get liquidity and sell them and stuff too. Just depends on your goal and what you're trying to achieve. But personally, I look at these numbers. I was talking to Crispy yesterday, and he just talks about making more and more 5555 stakes, Cuatro Cinco. If somebody told you you could put 10K in today And there's a chance just for 10K. Again, everyone's got their own financial situation, stuff like that. You know, again, if you're 20 versus 40, you're going to look at life differently and all that stuff too. But 10K, you call it a lottery ticket. Could be a lottery ticket. I don't know. I mean, I believe in this stuff a lot. I don't think it's a lottery ticket. I think I look at a lot of the things around the ecosystem, they just look obvious to me. And of course, there's no certainty in anything, but a lot of stuff just looks obvious to me. 15 years, 10K at a chance for 5.5 mil. I mean, again, according to how much money you make and how many years you got to work and what you plan on doing with your life, but 10K lottery ticket for 5.5 million. It'd have to be, you know, that's 15 years. You don't have to do 15. You could do 10 years. What is it? 3650. I think it's around 10 years. Actually 10 years, funny enough, here's a little pro tip for Hex. You don't get any more after the 10 years. You don't get any more bonuses. You see, I can do 3651. So you're not earning any more you're not getting more T-shares. You're not getting any more bonuses and stuff. However, you're preserving the T-shares. I know it's like an advanced concept and stuff. Might not make a lot of sense to you at first, but basically when you lock it up, you're never going to get a better rate than what you get at that time once you do it again in T-share rate, Hex terms, all this stuff. I'm going to go through the mechanics, but essentially those 5 more years you hold on to it, you are preserving. It's called T-share preservation. You're preserving that rate that you got when you first did it. And again, if you don't know much about Hex, you halfway through, if you lock up for 15 years, at 7.5 years, you can emergency insight, get the Hex back, but you lose all the yield, but you would get your principal back or somewhere around there. 10 years, same thing. Lock up for 5 years or lock up for 10 years, 5 years passes, you can still get out and with at least most of your principal. So there's ways to do this, even if you want to so you want to go get these T-shares, but you're like, just in case, I'll go 10 years. That way, 5 years in, 5 years is a lot less than 10 years, 15 years. 5 years in, if the Hex price is $1, then you can just take your million Hex back. That's still, you got your $1 million or whatever. And that's like a worst case. I guess you could look at it as like a worst case type of thing. So that's like one way to look at it too. There's ladders. That's another thing. I got a whole playlist. If you go to, again, gorealdefi.com, click on under learn to earn. This is what I've been adding a lot of stuff to, a lot of playlists and stuff. Click staking. If you click staking, you'll see all these different ways to make ladders and stuff. Here's the stream I did on it too. Richard himself talking about it. T-shares explained all that stuff. Ultimate staking strategies. Coffee's got a lot of content on it. So if you go there and check it out, you can see the different strategies. So you don't have to do one big stake. You can do a ladder. You can split this up. You can do 100K. You could do 100K coming out year 1, 100K coming out year 2, year 3, year 4. So you have options and stuff too. Now, of course, bigger pays better, longer pays better. You're sacrificing in different positions, different ways, but also you're kind of hedging against, hey, how long do I want to stay in this thing? Well, I have some I can get liquidity from sooner rather than later, all that stuff too. So I hope that makes sense. Anyone, let me know if you have any questions otherwise about that. But again, the road to being a millionaire, Hex, PulseChain, all this stuff, we have all the tools. We have all the math. We have all the yield, projected earnings. We have all the numbers. We have all the history. We don't have the certainty. We don't know what's going to happen. And nobody can tell you for sure if it's going to go up 1,000x, 10,000x, 100x, or if it's going to go to 0. Nobody knows that. All I can do, the way I look at it is, I can look and see what's available. I found this ecosystem. I found this founder. I like them. I like the products, audited, all that stuff. And I can decide where to put my energy, where to put my money, where to place my bets. All this uncertainty in crypto and markets and all that stuff, I could choose where to place my bets. A lot of people place their bets on Hex in the previous cycle, massively rewarded, massively. Will it do it again? Nobody knows. Nobody can tell you for sure. I certainly hope so, though. I hope it does half as good as it did last time. And PulseChain too. Like I said, look at the PulseChain numbers. Soccer One coin, there's a lot of stuff going for it. Of course, it had a lot more people in it than Hex did at first. However, again, we got the V2 liquidity pools on PulseX. I've talked about that being a pump of metal that I think Richard likes a lot too. We got benevolent whales out here making moves. We got God Whales on Twitter. Boy, I like it. I like my chances of turning hundreds of dollars, thousands of dollars into millions of dollars. I like my chances. So this ecosystem is one of the few that actually give you the tools to do it in a trustless way. That's why I love this place. All right, I'm going to get to chat and wrap up again. Get your questions in while you can. Hopefully this was interesting for you all out there looking to to add some zeros to your finances. Add some zeros at the end of them. Keep positive numbers at the front. Add some zeros to the end of them. That's what crypto can do. That's what I hope we do here for sure. We got the personnel, we got the code, we got the projects, we got the capital. Need more people. We need more people to grow. We need network effect, but I think we're on the right track. Certainly like what I'm seeing out there. And once retail comes in, we want them to look at the products. We want retail to look around and be like, what's going to make me the most money and give me the least chance of losing it? We want them to see DeFi as that place to do it. And within DeFi, you have true DeFi, you have real DeFi. You have Hex, PulseChain, all that stuff. You got a community in it for the tech and the price performance. I like it. Your pay starting to look mighty fine. Thank you, man. Appreciate that. Assume you're talking about Go Real DeFi. Yeah, I'm trying not to add too much stuff, but boy, there's just a lot of really good stuff I want people to know about in the ecosystem. There's so much good stuff. I added Founder earlier too. That goes to all the vintage clips. I get it every Thursday, at least every Thursday, some more other days too. Every Thursday until June 2025, there are vintage RH clips coming out. Vintage, notable, whatever. So I want people to know about this guy and his mission. Does good stuff. Goku, what's a good wallet for PulseChain? I have Mang on King. I don't like MetaMask. There's MetaMask and there's different privacy stuff. Again, here we go. Click on privacy. And if you want to turn on some privacy settings and change a little bit around to make MetaMask a better experience for privacy and stuff, check out that video. And again, Go Real DeFi, click on privacy. There's also Internet Money Wallet. So go over here, go to onboarding. This is one of the, hopefully it'd be the most popular playlists because this is really going to get people into PulseChain and Hex and all this stuff. There is a video on Internet Money somewhere. Where is it? So Internet Money is a community wallet. RH shouted them out the other day as well. And KG's been on the show a few times. Yeah, using Internet Money Wallet as well. So check that out if you're interested. So there's a few. They don't support all the browsers and stuff. I wish they had more support for different ones, different situations. Such as, supporting not only Chrome, but Safari, Firefox, maybe Edge and other stuff too. But yeah, I've never used Kanga. That's not like an exchange. In fact, there's an exchange, I never used them, but MetaMask is the most popular so far. Necessary evil in a lot of ways, but you can make it better, like I said, with the privacy one. Listen, any update on RH and the SEC lawsuits? Nothing notable. There's just some filings going back and forth. I think I saw on Twitter. Nothing interesting though. So yeah, to me, it's not even really on my mind. I've kind of forgot about it for now because there's no point in even looking at it. We know RH is super prepared. He's got the best legal team and all this stuff. And we know that SEC is clearly wrong and going after people left and right for there's no actual rules around this. Nobody's breaking any rules, or most people aren't breaking any rules. Yeah, they're suing Coinbase and stuff, right? They're just trying to do all this enforcement actions, and they're not helping investors. They're not helping. Look at the price chart. Every time something happens, investors get hurt. So I hope, yeah, I'm not worried about it. There's nothing interesting going on until like October, I think, anyways, and that could even get pushed around. So it's not even on my mind. I just don't care about it. I can't care. Literally, I cannot care because it does. Our ecosystem. Even RH said the other day, he's like, Solana, was it Solana? Solana was getting sued by the SEC or something, and it pumped like crazy. So, to me, that means why can't PulseChain? What's that got to do? Once all the ducks are in the row, which we saw all the ducks get in a row, saw the Greg the duck get everything in a row. Yeah, it's not even something I'm very interested in anymore until something big happens with it. So hopefully, only good stuff this year from it. Rich Liberation, love your content. Appreciate that, man. Appreciate that. Let's see. About to wrap up, everyone. Any other questions? M.A. Burbear? Where's Burbear? Burbear's here. What's happening? Burbear is here. One of my 4 Burberry bears. The original right there. That's a keyword. Anyone wants to see Burbear on streams, just mention the word. And if he's around, I will pull him up and let him say hi. Generational wealth only. What's up, Daddy Exler? Appreciate you and your posts and stuff recently. Just tweeted 6 major reasons why Rabbit's better MetaMask after day 1. Yeah, I'm sure there are. I think for onboarding, like all the videos in this playlist use MetaMask just because the newest person, I'm trying to appeal to the newest, I don't say dumbest person, the newbies who are going to use MetaMask. They're not going to, the newbies don't need to know anything about MetaMask. Once they're more advanced, they can start caring about privacy, understand crypto. Then they can use something else. But the most frictionless way possible to get somebody in crypto with the most content, the most downloads, most users, you don't want to make anyone uncomfortable. Make them uncomfortable, they're going to click away and go buy Dogcoin. Nothing wrong with dog coins, but I like Hex. I like PulseChain. I want them to buy more of those coins than anything else. All right, just wrapping up here so I can't get to all the questions. Camera Bra, how much money does a small crypto channel make with 9K subs? I don't know. I do not monetize. I wrote a whole blog post on why I don't monetize if you're interested. RHMax blog. Also did the Hex cult, which is a really, really good post I enjoyed writing recently. But yeah, I do not monetize. I don't know how much they make. Probably not enough to even justify it with such a smaller channel compared to all the other ones in crypto. But yeah, check that out if you're interested. But I'm not sure how much they make. I like my content to be completely mine. No sponsors, no ads, no. I can't control the ads if YouTube puts them on, but I can control, them paying me to make the content that they think I should make. And to that, I say, no thanks, not interested. So yeah, I like that. Everyone choose their own thing. I like to have full control of my content, and that's just my opinion. Anyone else can do whatever they want. Nothing against anyone who does anything else. That's just the way I feel about it. Anyways, go realdefi.com. Check that out. That is going to get you to the official apps, the official gateways, the verifiable IPF gateways to the official apps. And it's going to give you a bunch of different links to buy Hex, PulseX, how to learn about airdrops, farming, NFTs, validators, stats. We have so many stat sites. I literally had to make a stat aggregating site that has all the stuff I talked about today as well. And a lot of Easter eggs. A lot of people, I think I'm the only one on Twitter that's mentioned a lot of these sites, like how to search like the Telegram archives and stuff, hex.pub, hexsearch.io to search Richard's videos for different clips and stuff. Like there's a lot of really good links and stuff on here. So definitely check that out. Pure off on the channel. Appreciate that, man. Appreciate that. That's all I got for you today. I should be back tomorrow if all goes well. I think I got graphics coming out tomorrow. Should be a good one. But yeah, have a great rest of your evening. Scivive and 5555. We are out.